Hi readers, Chris here. I do not have a book review to share this week because I'm in the middle of all of my September reads right now. Next week I probably will have one. So instead of that, I thought it would be fun to do a little birthday book haul today. My birthday was last weekend. To celebrate, I made an original tag, the Ferret Book tag. If you haven't checked that out, go do that. And then over on my Instagram page, I am doing a birthday giveaway if you want to go and enter that over there. So not last weekend, but the weekend before, I did some shopping for my birthday and picked up a bunch of new books. If you've been following me for a while, you will know that I do a lot of bargain book hunting, but yes, occasionally I do buy full-priced books, and I went and bought a whole bunch because it was my birthday, starting with number 1, which is The City of Brass. Now, this is the only one that I am currently reading right now. Yes, I've already gotten about halfway through in the past week and a half. This was recommended to me by reading a book over on Instagram. I'm having a lot of fun with this book so far. It is an adult fantasy that is based off of Egyptian culture and Egyptian lore, which has been super fascinating. I don't know yet exactly why this was in the adult section of Barnes & Noble. I haven't read anything super violent or vulgar or sexual, so I don't really know. Someone's biting my toe. Speaking of violent, hold on 2 seconds. Meepers is being a bit violent today, so thank you, Meepers. Are you going to help me with my books? So that was number 1, City of Brass. The second book that I picked up is A Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. So this is the second book in the Kingkiller Chronicle, and I read the first book, The Name of the Wind. I forgot what it was, like all the way last year in October. I really loved that book, but I was kind of annoyed about the way it ended. If you've read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's not a complete story. And then I knew that the third book is still not out yet, so I've kind of been putting off getting this one and reading it, but I think I will read it this October so that I can get caught up in the series in the hopes that the third book will actually come out sometime within the next year. So that was book number 2. Thank you, Meepers. The third book that I picked up is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. Now, I feel a little bad that this cover style definitely does not match the cover that I had for Mistborn, but that's okay. I haven't been able to find this book anywhere else, so I had to buy it new, and I read Mistborn back in June, I think it was. I've been dying to continue the series since then, so I had to pick up this one. Definitely plan on hopefully starting this sometime soon. If I don't start this right after The Martian, then it's definitely going to be sometime before the end of the year. I'm definitely going to read this one. The fourth book that I picked up for this haul is Blue Lily, Blue Lily. If you're not familiar with this is actually the third book in what's known as the Raven Boys series. And I believe that there are 4 books in this series. And I have books 1, book 2, and book 4. I have been missing book 3 for like years. Every time I've gone to Barnes & Noble, I've checked, it hasn't been there. So when I actually saw that they had it, I had to buy it because I've been looking for this book. All the other books I had are new, so I had been looking for like a new copy. And yes, I know that I could probably order it off of Amazon whenever I want, but as I've said before, it's not as fun as hunting for books that you need, at least in my opinion anyway. I feel a little proud of myself when I actually find a book that I've been looking for, like, in person. So anyway, Blue Lily, this completes my collection of the Raven Boys series. I read the first Raven Boys years and years and years ago, never finished the series. Now that I have the whole collection, I can plan on going back and reading it and actually finishing it at some point. For book number 5, I have Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. Some of you may know I have been reading the Shadow and Bone trilogy this year. I read the first one, Shadow and Bone, earlier in the year, and then I read Siege and Storm back in May. I wasn't a big fan of that book, so that's why I've kind of been delaying reading this one, but I figured it was time. I want to finish this series before the end of the year so that I can hopefully move on to a different Leigh Bardugo series. Like, I've heard that the Six of Crows series is a lot better than this one. I want to move on. I want to finish this series, so that's why I picked up Ruin and Rising. Definitely plan on reading this before the end of the year. Meepers, will you stop biting me? You keep nibbling my toes. Why are you being so violent? Why are you being so violent? Finally, last but not least, the final book that I picked up in this haul is Crust by Marissa Meyer. This is the third book in the Lunar Chronicles series. As you know, I read Cinder back in July, and then I read Scarlet in August. I'm loving this series. This is only book 3, and I know there is a 4th one, Winter. Don't have that one yet, but definitely I loved this series so much that I had to keep going, and this is another one that hopefully I can get to before the end of the year. There's like 4 YA fantasy type series that I'm trying to finish. Shadow and Bone, the Lunar Chronicles, the Red Queen series, and then if I get to it, an Ember and Ashes, which I've only read book 1, so that series may have to wait till next year before I can finish it. But those are the books that I picked up. So these are all the books that I picked out for my birthday book haul this year. If you've read any of these, let me know which ones were your favorite, which ones did you like, which ones didn't you like, which ones are you excited to possibly read in the future. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. I do new videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and on a Friday. And sometimes I have little furry friends that join me in my videos. All right, everyone, happy reading.